What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TNT with Audrey B, aka Truth and Transparency with Audrey B. Um, Today, y'all, is gonna be a story time, and I got this idea or this epiphany, this topic because of a situation that happened last week, um, with my niece, and I was talking to her pretty much about he say, she say. Good old he say, she say. And it just brought so many memories of when I was her age, like in middle school, high school, and even college, of just, friends that um that we allow in our environment, that we allow in our space, who don't really care for us for real, unless we do something for them that benefits them. And this story time is kind of like a past one and a present one, because I've been just reflecting on this for like the past week. And I can go all the way to elementary school, where I was always that quiet, observant child, but around the people that I trusted, I was super goofy and loud, as I have been my entire life. And I was also like a part of the in crowd. Some of my best friends were like the more outgoing, popular type of people. And but I was always the one that kind of like lived in the shadows. And not that it was my own doing, but I wasn't about to just be, even from a child, I wasn't about to just be the center of attention. One, because I didn't trust everybody. I didn't call everybody my friend. And a lot of people never could understand that about me. And I have so many and even just thinking about to this particular time in college, the first year of college, coming in as a young adult, like thinking everything's gonna be gravy, everything's gonna be, best friend for life. But situations, when it gets real hot, when it gets rough, expose people. You know what I mean? And I was telling my niece that, and I was just like, you have to pay attention to the type of people that you allow in your space. You have to be very discerning and very observant of the type of people that you even let in your ear, because they can stir you the wrong way or steer you the wrong way. And it's just like, and it's so it's so important for our young people, for adults, for whatever, to understand that like everybody is not your friend. Everybody does not have the same heart as you. Everybody does not think the same way. And we always try to like figure out like, why don't these people like me? Well, why this and why that? Why don't I fit in? Why? And I just had just to tell her, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're set apart for a reason. We aren't supposed to fit in with everybody, because when we become Christians and we accept Jesus as our Lord and Savior, we're different and we're expected to act different. And I know that it's hard when you're young and you want everybody to like you, when you want to do things just to show everybody you loyal, to show everybody you down. But when push comes to shove, and you hanging around this person, you hang around that person, and they messy, they filled with drama, they're negative, they start in trouble, you're gonna be looked at as an accessory. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. And that literally just like it just hit me and just reminded me of all those times in elementary school, like I said, middle school, where I was the go-to for people who were even still going through stuff, having problems, needing advice, needed people to have their back, needed their friend. But when I needed them, they weren't their friend to me, or they go ghost, or they switch up on me. And it used to like bother me so much. So this particular time, I was a senior in high school. We were graduating in May of 2006, guys. I'm old. But anyways, I always hung around this particular group of girls. And one in particular was like my dog, like to the point where we had a nickname. It was Adriana. You feel me? And before I even get even deeper into it, forgiveness has been established. We are not as close as we used to, but that's my dog. That's Big Sis. Love her to death. And the other people that were involved and going to be involved in the story, nope, no hate in my blood. We grew up together. People fall out. People grow apart. It is what it is. That's life. Okay, so we had, like I said, we were super close. We've been friends since ninth grade. And it was funny is that I would tell her, like, when we had ninth grade orientation, her parents and her little sister, they sat in front of me and my mama and my sister. And I had never seen her before because I went to the middle school that was also half high school that I was going to go to. And I've never seen her before. And I was like, oh, she must be from a different middle school or out of town. And even then, y'all, like, the Lord was just like speaking to me, just things that I felt, it would always come to pass. So anyway, she sat in front of me and I was like, oh, she's going to be my friend. And lo and behold, that was my sis, like I said. So, okay, here we are. We're, we going through high school, we're getting closer and closer. And we were, just cracking up, having fun, hanging out outside of school, just whatever. I always had her back. And because she wasn't from here in Louisville, she was considered my sis. My family consider her family too. And so this particular year, like, we had other, like, associates in the school, but we had, like, she had other people that didn't like her. I don't know why. Like I said, sometimes people are just jealous of your spirit, and they didn't understand why she was so outgoing. And she's pretty too. And, she was a cheerleader. She had a big, like, super big personality. And together and with other people that we were close to, like, they knew how I was. They knew I was the goofy one. But when the push comes to shove, you're not going to mess with my people. And to the point where, like, my cousins was coming up to the school. They would, ready to have her back because, like I said, we was her family and she was my sis. And so this particular year, like, we were all getting ready to graduate. We were, some of us was hanging out, if others wasn't working, going to games, like, all type of stuff. And so me and my best friend at the time, we have made this huge plan. We were going to be nurses. We were going to go to U of L. We were going to, be roommates. It was going to be dope. We was going to have each other's back, hold each other accountable, be responsible, and just grow. You know what I mean? And that summer after we graduated, it was just like, where was she at? You know what I mean? Like, we didn't talk. Like, I didn't hear from her probably until like a month, maybe even less than a month before we were supposed to move in. Like, I would see or hear that they was hanging out, and you know what I'm saying, but nobody was inviting me. No, and I was just like feeling like a type of way, like, what's going on? So I called another friend of ours, or I text maybe another friend of ours, and she was basically like, if you want to be in this group, if you want to hang with us, honey, you need to make yourself available. Excuse me, say what? And I was just like, I remember, I'll never forget, we was leaving church and from practice, and I was just like, now mind you, they were my friends. We were close. We would hang out. But I also would always hang out with my cousins. Like, them is my sisters. You know what I mean? And they knew that. Like, every weekend at school, everybody would be like, I know you going to your auntie's house. I know you and your cousins. Da, 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 da. But even still, like, we would, like I said, we would go to basketball games at my school, basketball games at my cousin's schools. And my best friend was with us. Her sister was with us. Like, we would all just hang. And so it was like, it was never nothing to me like, okay, y'all gonna go hang out, well, that's fine, but I'll see y'all, I'm seeing my friends, but I'm with my cousins right now. And when she said that to me, like, if you want to be a part of this group, if you need to make yourself available, you need to make yourself known, like, basically saying, like, you always tell us no, or you can't do it because either you're working or you're busy, so we just exclude you, basically. And I was like, first of all, just a couple of months ago, You didn't even like my best friend. You was talking crap about her. Just a couple of months ago, even a few years ago, none of y'all used to even like her because y'all said that she was this and she was that, and y'all didn't understand why dudes liked her, and she was loud and she was too much and she was extra. But now all of a sudden, it's, forget Audrey. Now all of a sudden it's, you need to make yourself known because we're hanging, and if you not gonna be a part of us, we just gonna basically forget y'all. When I done had y'all backs, I done had my cousins come up here ready to fight for y'all, ready to ride on people in areas y'all don't even live in because I call y'all my friend, and this is what y'all do. So I was over it, you feel me? And so we get into, the orientation, we get in the rooms, we decorating, but we still, it's kind of like that awkward energy, like, what's going on? I ain't talked to you, I ain't seen you. And there was a particular time I remember, like, I wasn't even like staying at the dorm just because I felt a type of way. Like, I felt like she wasn't reaching out to me. She was acting distant. She was acting funny. And I'm just like, what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, okay, like, what did I do? But again, I'm not speaking my mind. I'm just, just going with the flow. Like, okay, I mean, it is what it is. I still got my cousins. I'm with them every weekend. They coming through. I'm going home on the weekends from the dorm. I'm not even staying there. Like, got decorations, TV, DVD, all that type of stuff. But I'm not staying there. But she done got close to people that go to, that she's met, just walking through campus, and which is fine because she even had another best friend that went to another school who I was cool with too. So it never affected me. But my whole thing, and which I've noticed in like just thinking back to relationships that I've had with so-called best friends from, like I said, middle school and high school, it was just like after a certain point, it was just like, I don't need you anymore. You know what I mean? And I used to always want to feel needed. And if I didn't, I would get in my feelings. I can be honest and say that because I felt like, well, dang, like, I really loved you. Like, I really considered you my friend. Was I only your friend because you could get something from me or because you knew I had your back? Like, when push comes to shove, like I said, where are y'all? Where y'all at? And so I would be quiet. I can honestly say I was passive aggressive. Like, I wouldn't, people would ask me what's wrong and I'd be like, I don't know, nothing. Why? You know what I mean? But just being petty, still in my mind, thinking petty thoughts. Okay, so there was this guy who went to school with us also. Called him my little boyfriend, but like, it wasn't nothing serious. It was like we always had crush on each other. But, you know what I'm saying, he was still doing him, and he was, at this particular time, I don't even know why I was attracted to him, because he was not all that. He wasn't. I ain't gonna tell y'all what he looked like, but if you know, you know. RB is what I'm gonna call him. So, anyways, I remember he pulls up at our dorm. And at this time, like I said, awkward energy. We not really talking. She's hanging with her friends. I'm leaving every weekend. Like I said, going over my cousin's house, or going home, just doing the normal whatever I do. And I remember he pulled up. Well, he texted me. Then he pulled up, and he had like his uncle's car. So we were just riding around the city. We went to the park. We did, just hanging out. And so after that, I didn't hear from him because I think maybe he went to college or he was on his way to go to college. I don't know. I just remember him saying he was about to go out of town or whatever in the next couple of weeks. And so we was hanging out tough. And then one day, because of my inklings and just like, okay, this person isn't talking to me. She act like she got an attitude. Like, what's really going on? I'm not hearing from nobody else that claim to be my sisters or my friends. Like, y'all excluded me out of stuff. Y'all not even inviting me to stuff. But it's funny how nothing's changed about you, right? But then everybody else is changing and you see it. But then they're the ones who treat you as if you're in the wrong. Does that make sense? Like, I'm doing all that I can to still show people, to still reach out. But it's like, Everybody just turning a blind eye to me. Everybody just turning a blind eye to Audrey. And I'm just like, well, dang. You know what I'm saying? What did I do to y'all? And like I said, I've always wanted to feel needed and feel like if I say that I love you and you my friend, that I expect you to be that same way. But like I said at the beginning of the video, as I told my niece, you can't expect people to think like you and act like you, right? And so I remember my best friend at the time, she got in the shower and we had the same phone, flip phones, right, back in the day. And I remember I grabbed her phone and I flipped it up thinking that it was mine. Why? Whole conversations, y'all, about me to these other girls who I considered my friends, about my relationship with RB, with my relationship, like stuff that we've done, like, and I'm just like talk about heart drop to your stomach, like just feeling like so betrayed in a way from him, from them, because like I said, just a couple of months ago, these girls didn't even like you. In the beginning of our high school career, these girls hated your guts, wanted to fight you, used to quote unquote bully you. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden, you forget me. Now all of a sudden you're talking about me. When I've had your back, I've defended you about stuff that people have said about you. I've had, like I said, had my cousins riding, rolling, pulling up in hoods that they not even from. They from the West End. My mama live in Newburgh. They pulling up in Newburgh like, what's good? And you ain't even there. You feel me? You at work. But because, like I said, I consider you my friend. They consider you family. Like, we got you. We got your back. And then now you switching up on me. And for what? You know what I mean? I never, and still to this day, I don't know why. But again, you have to watch out for people who so easily switch on you when things don't benefit them anymore, or when they really don't know who they are. So they're trying to like conform to certain groups and conform to certain people just to feel like they fit in. And me, like I said before, I've always known that everybody's not my friend. I've had situations, like I said, in elementary school where, you know, I had to learn that the hard way. That and then the situations in my life where you feel me, you can't let everybody in. Not that I had a wall up, but I understood like trust is real, and I was exposed to, you know, that in an early age. And so I always felt different because of situations that happened to me. I've always felt set apart. And even as a child, it was just like, I want to be their friend. I want to, but it's just like, you have to understand, like, everybody's not meant to be in your life. Everybody's not meant to be, in your space, because they can affect you negatively. And even though it hurt, even though you don't understand it, like, I can look back on it now and say, like, even as a child, God was protecting me from some stuff. Because had he just let me just follow the crowd, had he let me just do what everybody else would do, who knows where I would be right now. And you have to make sure that you watch who's in your ear and you watch who you let in your space, because it can truly knock you down some levels. It can truly block blessings when you aren't being real and you aren't being true to yourself, and you're just, like I said before, following the crowd, trying to fit in and turning on people who could help bless you, or, you know what I'm saying, just help bring the best out of you. But because such and such doesn't like her, such and such doesn't like him, you feel like you're stuck in the middle. And that's what I was telling my niece, like, you don't change who you are because of who's around you. You continue to be yourself. You don't want to be that one in the middle, starting trouble, starting mess, starting drama, and then when the chips fall, everybody's looking at you like you're the troublemaker. Everybody's looking at you like you the one that can't be trusted. And that he say, she say, back and forth, it just really affected me. Because like I said, even just not even just in college, but just in middle school, you know, just thinking that people are your friends, and then you hear them talking about you, or, you know, you don't get invited to that birthday party, but then, you know what I'm saying, when you walk across that stage at 8th grade graduation and nobody claps for you, but they clap for everybody else, but when they needed you, you was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the type of things that I experienced so early, and that's why I can say in a way that I was guarded with who I let in my circle. But again, expecting people to be the way that I am and love me the way that I love them has taught me so many lessons. And so, just to get back to the story, like, okay, so I found the text and all of that while she was in the shower, and I was on my way to class. She was getting ready for class, and I never forget, I seen it, and I knew exactly what they were talking about. I knew exactly who sent it, like, and I was just like, wow. So what did I do? Out of anger, out of hurt, out of sadness, out of just feeling, like I said, betrayed and just disappointed by people that I truly loved and consider my friends, I reacted out of anger. I sure did. And I text the person that she was texting. I text RB, and I text her as I was walking to the elevator to go to class. And I was just like, I saw the messages that y'all was talking about me in, and basically F all y'all. And from then on, it was, what you talking about? What you talking about? Da-da-da. Like, basically, like the Lord says, you know, what's done in the dark will be exposed in the light. And it was exposed, honey. It was exposed. And I was so pissed. I was so angry. And it was never an apology. It was, oh, well, because woo, 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 and woo, 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 and you doing this and you this, so what you expect. And then this one who started it, RB, is just like, well, so what, you this, you that, da 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 da, you fat, you this, you, and I'm just like, but I wasn't all of that when you was, you feel me? So it was just like, it was so much. And then, like, for my best friend at the time, she was just like, but you shouldn't have looked at my phone anyway. No, what I should have did was come in that bathroom and whoop you. You feel me? Like, that's how I felt. But I just, and I remember I told, like I said, I always hung with my cousins, so I told all of them about it. They were ticked off. They were pissed. Even my auntie, RP Aunt Divvy, like, she was so upset. She was calling them all types of names, Lord Jesus. If y'all knew my Aunt Divvy, like, she was calling them all types of names because she did not play about her dream. You feel me? And I remember, like, just feeling so, just like I said, so enraged. And I remember I came back to my room later on that day. You know, I probably still, like, going back and forth through the text messages. But I remember, like, she had some stuff on my side of the closet, and I remember, like, I wrote a note, and I was like, keep your stuff on your side, and da-da-da-da-da, and I ripped up pictures of us, and, you know what I'm saying, like, all of this stuff, to the point where, like, she felt threatened. So she was, like, calling her parents, and they were calling me. She was telling the other girls that we was cool with, like, this what happened, and Audrey said this, and Audrey said this, and, like, I'm like, oh, so y'all big, you know what I'm saying, y'all talking all this mess, y'all doing all this he say, she say, back and forth, but when y'all get exposed for it, now you're scared. Now you don't know what to do. Now you're weary, and you're afraid of what's gonna happen in your space, and you scared to stay there. And so I remember, like, getting phone calls from a girl talking about, you know, y'all been so cool so long, y'all sisters, and I've prayed for you, and I prayed for y'all relationship, and because I know how close y'all are, and I just don't want y'all to be upset. Her parents is calling me like, Audrey, what's going on? What, all because of what some dude said and some he say, she say. Y'all better than this. Y'all know y'all ain't supposed to let nothing come in between y'all. Y'all know y'all sisters, and da 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 da. And the whole time, everything is directed toward me. The hate is directed towards me. Like, I'm the one that was sending text messages talking about her. Like, she's the victim. Like, they're the victims. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm the one that's being talked about. I'm the one that's being left in the dark. I'm the one that was the friend who was being talked about, who was betrayed, and y'all coming at me like I'm wrong for being upset? Like, how dare y'all? Like, it was so much, like, drama that we were being called down to, like, the RA office in our dorm, and it wasn't like back and forth arguing. It was just, like I said, he say, she say, and text messages and phone calls. So somehow it got to the RAs. I guess because, like I said, she felt threatened, and her parents was like, well, we need to get some adults involved. And I'm just like, these ain't even adults. These people is like 2-3 years older than us, like, whatever. And so, like, I literally had to sit in the office with her and the RA supervisor, whoever he was, trying to figure out, you know, what was going on, what the cause of the problem was. And I remember just sitting there looking at her like, you is my sister. Like, I remember telling her that. I said, I remember he was like, so you don't have friends? I said, no, I don't have friends. I have family. And he was like, oh, that's so sad. And to me, it wasn't, because that's all I knew. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you was my friend, I didn't consider you a friend. I considered you family. My entire family is that way. You don't have to be blood to be considered family. That's how I was raised. And for her to flip on me at a time where it was a huge transition of coming from high school and being at home to going to college, living on our own together. We done made all these plans together. We done, you know what I'm saying? Just had it. We done spent all summer together, in like this nursing, like, program thing. Like, we done worked hard to get to this. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden it's forget Audrey. Now all of a sudden it's, I'm not cool with her no more, out of nowhere, all because you want to save face with people who didn't even have your back a couple of months ago, who didn't even love you for real, who talked bad about you, and you riding for them and forgetting me. And I was so just distraught. So distraught. I mean, to the point where, like, before she moved out of the room, like, I remember having a conversation and on the phone with my cousin. Shout out to Coco. And she had some dude on the phone, and he was just like, you good? Ain't no more drama. And this was like probably a few months later, but she was still there in my room, but we just was like in passing. We didn't ever talk to each other. I would just look at her like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how he was like, man, I miss her, but I ain't about to be the one. I ain't about to be the one to say sorry. Nah, forget her. You know what I mean? Like, that type of thing. And I know that she loved me and she felt that same way, but I remember she had one of our mutual friends in the room, and they was, you know, kikiing, laughing and stuff, and I was sitting down watching TV on my side of the dorm, and I was on the phone, and I think that they were, I know they were listening to the conversation, but they were still in their own, because like I said, we don't have, it was a one big room. And so I remember him saying something on the phone, on the lines of like, yeah, because if anybody mess with you, trust me, I got my peoples, and we come up there dumping, you know what I'm saying, talking about guns and stuff. And so I was like, what? Like, it's not even that serious. Not thinking anything of it. Yeah. Please tell me why they go and tell the people that I said that I was gonna come up, I was gonna have people come up there and shoot them. Me. Little old me. Like, it would never get that deep. It would never get that deep. That's why I am so, like, I'm so big on not having drama in my life now. I feel like besides what went on with me and my ex-boyfriend last year, the drama, I can't. Like, I cannot. And just being able to just sit back and observe how people act, because in a way, I should have never even been surprised. I shouldn't, because in school, if y'all talking about these people, but when they come around, y'all all giggles and kikis. What would make me think that when I'm not at the table, when I get up, that I'm not the topic of discussion? You know what I mean? But like I said, life lessons, you live and you learn. And it just, and even still, even though, I was hurt, I was mad, I didn't understand it, I couldn't fathom how somebody that I considered a sister would turn on me like that, just to be cool with people who don't really know her, don't really care to know her backstory and her feelings and, just her life. Like, I could have, to the point where I could have did more, but some just told me, just be cool on them. Like, don't even worry about it. And that reminds me of a scripture in Proverbs where it says, watch your tongue and keep your mouth shut and you'll stay out of trouble. And that's from Proverbs 21-23, the New Living Translation version. And that's what I tell my niece. That's what I tell my little cousins, because they're growing up. Some are in middle school. One will be going to middle school, and a few are already in high school, and two will be going to high school. So like I told my niece last weekend, there's going to be people in your friend group that don't get along, that don't really like each other, and you may be cool with all of them, but you don't go and run your mouth to this person about what this person says. You don't go and run your mouth to these people and say what this person said, because again, you're going to be looked at as a troublemaker. You're going to keep yourself in drama, and that's something that we don't do. And as I grow older, I still see this type of mess going on with adults my age, younger and older than me, who live for the mess, who thrive off of misery, who thrive off of messiness and drama and negativity. And don't even think twice about it, because they love just starting trouble or being the person. But, oh, I got the tea, sis. I got the tea, sis. Like, bro, you heard about this? Bro, you heard about that? Like, why is it so common for people not to mind their business? Why is it so common for people to continue to just perpetuate this messy cycle and this misery and just bringing drama around? Like I said not too long ago that I on Facebook, can we make minding our business great again? Can we learn to keep our mouth shut so that we can stay out of trouble? Can we learn to let people, fall down in their own mess without you having to be a part of it, or trying to force yourself into being in something that doesn't even concern you? Like, that's what I had to learn. That experience in college of expecting people to love on you, expecting people to be your friend, expecting people to have your back. But then when people show you who they are, you have to truly believe them, and you have to allow yourself to forgive them. And like I said, it sounds so cliche, but forgiveness frees you from so much. It ain't even about them. Like, how they gonna do me like that? I'm gonna do this to her. I'm gonna return this to her. No, God says forgive people every single time that they hurt you. Give allowances for other people's mistakes, but also don't be food. Don't forgive people and then allow them. You don't have to forgive people and then allow them back into your life and have this huge, this deep friendship all over again. But when you forgive them, you learn to let it go, and you show love still from a distance. And that's what I had to do. That's what I do now with her. And like I said in the beginning, like, there's no hatred for nobody. Like I said, those are lessons learned. But I just think about so many times where how much better off I would have been, how much better off I would have felt if I would have kept my mouth shut and just stayed out of trouble. and just allow God to handle it for me, which is what I've done recently. What I did last year around this time when there were so many people on my head, basically. Like, again, I've never done wrong to any of them. All I did was be myself. And all of a sudden, now that I'm out of a relationship with this particular person, now it's, I never liked her in the first place. She did this in the first place. She thought she was this and she's this and she's that. And I'm just like, it wasn't all that just a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't all that when you was needing rides. It wasn't all that when you needed a babysitter. It wasn't all that when I was taking care of, your daughter. It wasn't all that when I was picking you up from treatments. It wasn't all that when I was taking you and your sons and picking y'all up and taking y'all to church and taking y'all wherever y'all needed to go. Again, only when people can benefit off of you. And then when that stuff stopped, then all of a sudden, you wasn't nothing. All of a sudden, they don't like you because they cannot continue to pull from you. And those type of people are parasites. Those type of people are users. Those type of people are manipulators. Those type of people, I'm sorry, but ain't gonna get too far ahead because they're not willing to look inside themselves and understand, like, what's wrong with them. And like I saw a post the other day, like, you have to understand, like, when you try to break down and analyze why people don't like you, the common denominator is it ain't never even about you. It's about what they're struggling with internally on themselves. So it ain't never really truly got nothing to do with me. Like I told my niece, you don't allow people to dim your light. You don't dim your light for nobody. You continue to be yourself. And if those people that are around you do not like you, and can't even understand why, it has nothing to do with you, boo. It has everything to do with them and their insecurities and their jealousy and their struggles. So at the end of the day, keep being you. And if they were meant to be in your life, they're going to adjust and they're going to learn from you. And if they're not, let them hate. But don't be the one that's talking about them. Don't be the one that starts trouble. Don't be the one that returns evil for evil. Do what God says. Serve those who hate you. Learn to love those who hate you. Forgive those who use you. Forgive those who talk bad about you. And watch how free you will be. Watch how free you will become. Watch how less and less you care about them and their validation. That's what I had to learn over the constant relationships that I've had in my life, or friendships that I had in my life. I'm understanding now that the people that were meant to be in my life, they are still here. And it's not about the quantity of friends, as me and my bestie say all the time. It's not about the quantity, how many you have. It's about the quality of the friends. If you got 10 friends, if you got 5, if you got 3, but y'all locked in and y'all hold each other accountable, y'all sharpen each other like it says in the Bible, as iron sharpens iron, so you should sharpen your friend. Or I'm just paraphrasing, something like that. Basically saying, like, if you have those people around you who don't disagree with your mess, but they challenge you to be better, thank God for them. I thank God for my sisters that I have. Like I said, I don't call them my friends. They are my sisters that I have in my life who challenge me, who I'm able to challenge, who I'm able to be like, we better than that. We bigger than that. Let's do it differently. Let's do it God's way. You know what I'm saying? Though we may joke and, throw out some petty stuff here and there, but I thank God for the people that are in my life who truly make a difference. Not just who with me just to party, not and talk about people and walk around misery, who have nothing in common but drama and negativity and dysfunction. I thank God for the people in my life who have faith in common. Okay? Who have God in common with me, who are goal driven, who are walking this life, who are walking life out with Christ and understands that He's the center. He should be the foundation of every relationship. And though we make mistakes, and though we may not always get along, or we may get on each other's nerves or do things that irk each other, but at the end of the day, we don't allow that to fester. We come at each other, plug, with truth and transparency and love, okay? And we cannot allow, we have to come to a point where who is in our ear, well, we understand that who's in our ear truly matters. It could be friends or it could be family. People who, it don't even just have to be associates and stuff like that. And friends, family members can be in your ear and stir you into negativity too. Why? Because they're so used to not having, or they're so used to not being whole or not understanding you, that they try to, and that their lights aren't shining and they're not trying to make a difference, that they try to dim your light as well. That they try to put a cap on your praise and on your purpose. And we have to be able to teach the young girls and the young men to watch who is in your circle, to be discerning of who's in your circle, to understand that not everybody is really your friend. There are some people who will just come into your life and pretend just to see what they can get from you. And when those things are taken away, or when those things are exposed, just like with me, then they looking at you like you the problem. Like, I could not understand how everybody, when I say everybody that was calling me little sis, everybody that was over my mama's house, everybody that had my number, everybody that I was hanging with from college, my little circle, when I say all of them forgot about me, all of them basically took her side, that affected me for a long time. And that taught me a huge lesson in life, and a huge lesson in just a huge lesson in making sure that I didn't know what it meant then, but I know now that it's watching the fruit of people, watching how people interact with others, watch what comes out of people's mouth, watching how people think, because people are good liars, people are good deceivers, and if you're not careful, you can be wrapped up in it and be fooled like I was. Like, I really thought all of them was my friends and they had my back, and you know what I'm saying, nothing can come in between. But like I said, when the chips fell and they picked a side, I was like, wow. It wasn't them type of friends where, oh, you talking about her? Let me call her on three-way so we can settle this, so it ain't gonna be no mess. Oh, y'all arguing? We all about to meet up. I'm about to come to y'all dorm room. We about to have a meeting. We about to vent. We about to get it all out. We about to cry together. We about to laugh together. We about to tell each other about ourselves, but walk away better and stronger, because nothing can come in between. Those are the types of friends that they should have been. And though there is no love lost, those are the types of friends that they should have been. And that's the type of friend, now I think about it, because you can't have friends without being a friend. I wish that I would have knew then, like, nah, let's settle this right now, instead of going the other route where I'm allowing what people are saying to me and what people are doing around me to affect me, to act out in anger and respond and react out of anger, to where I'm ready to fight, where I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying, just cuss people out and clap back, even though people deserve it. I thank God that those things taught me lessons, you know what I mean? Like, to carry into my adulthood, to carry into future relationships, to be discerning of who I let around, and not think that everybody is my friend, not think that everybody is always going to be who they say they are, because like I said, people lie. But I'm thankful for forgiveness. I'm thankful for growth. I'm thankful for maturity. I'm thankful that even though, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, they don't think about it anymore, which I'm glad. I mean, I don't really either, but it just popped up in my mind last week when I was talking to my niece, like I said. But I'm just thankful that even when we see each other out in public, you know what I'm saying, it's love, even though, you know what I'm saying, they still may not understand me and the reasons why I am the way that I am, as far as, you know, I don't say you're not gonna see me in the clubs. Y'all not gonna see me at every event. Y'all not gonna see me like fawning over y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Not that there's no hate there or no that there's any malice or like ill feelings, but it's just like, I love y'all. Don't wish nothing bad to happen to y'all, but I'm smooth. Like, I got who I got in my life that are supposed to be. And I wish y'all the best, but it could never be that, that closeness again. And I mean, I just text my bestie back in the day. I text her because, like I said, I love her to death. Like, it never was about the other people. It never was about the other people. It was about me and her. And as long as she knows that how I feel about her, and I'm rooting her on from a distance and love her and am there to support her any type of way, I'm good. And I think that she knows that, and I know that about her. Because like I said, it was never about them other people. It was about just, our relationship, because I feel like we was way better than that. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we were still growing up. We were still kids. I don't care if we were 17, 18. We were still kids at the end of the day. And like I said, I just thank God for growth and maturity. And it's just helped me to realize, like, who you have in your circle really matters. Who you have in your earth really matters. And I just thank God that even when people betray us, even when we don't understand why things happen the way that they do, when we try to like analyze, like I said, and break down the stuff that people do and why they treat us the way they do, that it ain't never really for us to understand. And we got to get to that point to where it don't even matter anymore, and knowing that as long as we have God, as long as we know that Jesus is our friend, we have enough. What a friend we have in Jesus. Like, seriously. And I know that people want to have those relationships, those close relationships where they feel like they can trust people. And it truly will happen. But like I said, when you have people in your ear that just want to continue to just cause you to be in drama and cause you to be mess and don't want to grow, don't want to mature, want to be stuck in childishness, want to be stuck in misery, want to keep talking about people, want to just make up reasons not to like you or like others, want to make up reasons as to why they hate on certain people or they hate on a certain person. Like, you have to, I pray that we will get to a point where we like, you know what, I'm cool on that. Like, I want more than people in my life that's just okay with drama, that are okay with just being messy. I want people in my life that will challenge me. I want people in my life who will help me grow and mature into the person that God created me to be. Not somebody who's going to keep me just focused on the wrong stuff. That's somebody who don't even know who they are, trying to tell me what I should do, trying to tell me how I should be. Like, no, God tells us to let our light shine in this world, and care about people, and not just say that we do, but like prove it with our actions. Like, I thank God all the time that I'm able to truly serve people who have hurt me. That and it just even wanting, like I told one of my sisters the other day, like wanting to even bless somebody that played a part in hurting me and destroying something that I had. I want to bless that person. And she said, whew, do you know how strong and how much growth that takes? Like, I told her, I said, that's what God wants us to do. Like, he really wants us to let our light shine in this earth and impact people positively. Because we were all created to love, and we were all created to be in one body. Everybody serving different purposes and having a different purpose, but all together, one body that gives glory to God. And that's what I want to do with my life. And I pray, like I said, on a post that I made, like I don't care about the made up things that I've heard people talk about me. I don't care about reasons why people don't like me, because at the end of the day, I know the good that I've been. I know the good that I've been to them. I know the love that I've gave them, even when I know that and can pinpoint when they don't like me. But it's not for me to try to understand. It's not for me to try to get anybody or conform to them and so that they can like me. It's not even for me to care, because I was not put on this earth to serve and to not serve, but to please them. I was put on this earth to serve God with and live godly and do my best to be at peace with everyone around me. And that is so important to me, to where I cannot focus on people that don't like me. I can't focus on why. I can't focus on, you know what I'm saying, how to get them to. That is none of my concern anymore. It's none of my concern anymore. I want to focus on God first. I want to focus on those people around me that love me, that accept me, that challenge me, that God has strategically placed in my life for them to help me and push me to purpose, and me to help them and push them to purpose. Those people who I know truly love me, despite my flaws, despite what I've said, despite what I've done. Those people who I may have you know, got on their nerves, or they got on my nerves, but yet and still, it doesn't change anything. Those are the ones that you should have in your ear. Those are the friends that you should want to have. Those are the people that you should want in your circle, because they serve a greater purpose than just those who just want to benefit off of you, that want to use you, who only like you for things that they can get out of stuff, or things that they can get from you. Like, I'm even thinking about a time where I remember getting on a bus one day, and there, you know what I'm saying, I sit in the middle, sit in the back or whatever, because it's, you know, me, I'm rowdy. Like, it don't take all that. It's too early in the morning for the craziness and the loud stuff. But I remember getting on the bus, and I'm gonna close with this. I remember getting on the bus, and there was this dude on there, and he was just like, and I sat down, because I'm like, boy, you don't own this seat, you feel me? I ain't saying nothing, I just sat down, and everybody was like, ha, ha. He was just like, looking at me like, she really sat right here. Like, they was like, you got bigger. And I was just looking like, really? So then I always had gum, right? And I pulled it out, and them same people who was joking like, big girl sat in your seat, look at you, get her, I see you, bro. Them same people who was just teasing him or quote unquote lightweight, you know, throwing shots and subliminals towards me. As soon as I pulled out something, gum, that they wanted, then it was like, let me get a piece. Can I have a piece? And in my mind, I'm like, y'all was just talking about me. Y'all was just joking. But now y'all need me because of something that y'all see that I have. And I gave it to him. And it was, thank you. Thank you, girl. Thank you, sis. That just popped in my mind. Those are the type of people that we gotta be discerning of. Those type of people who only want to be around you because they can get something from you. But even still, I could have been like, get away from me, y'all ain't getting nothing. But I did, I in that moment, now that I'm thinking about it, I did what God would do. I did what Jesus would do. What God would want me to do and what Jesus would do. He would serve them anyway. Just think of all the hatred that he received from sinners. What he had to go through. And he still died for them so that they could be saved. That's the type of love that I'm trying to have in my heart. Not for no clout, not for no glory of my own, but because that is what Jesus wants me to do. He died for people who talk bad about him. And I can think of it now, as he's riding through on the donkey, knowing he's about to die, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody's like, Hosanna, Hosanna. And them same people was like, kill him, kill him. I probably would have been like, are y'all serious? That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? When they, all them people that I called my friends, turned on me and chose a side. Are y'all serious? But he still did it. Because there was a greater purpose and a greater plan for it all. To save them. To cover them for all the sin. And my challenge is just for y'all to try your best to strive to be at peace with people around you. That's one of my favorite scriptures. I can't tell you exactly where it is, but it stuck with me. Strive to be at peace with those around you. Remember to watch your mouth. Watch what you say. Keep your mouth shut. Don't return evil for evil. Let God handle it. Be still and let God handle it for you. And watch how he'll turn it around. Forgive those who've hurt you. Serve those who've hurt you. And watch how freeing it is. And remember to always let your light so shine before the world. Don't dim your light to fit into a group. Don't dim your light for other people to like you. Shine on. Keep shining. And if they don't like it, if they don't understand it, let them go. Instead of being ignorant and messy, let them go. Because if how you're living doesn't inspire them to be better, you ain't living right. And don't focus on who don't like you, what people are saying. Don't focus on all of it. Focus on those around you that you know God's sent in your life to help you and push you further. Don't worry about the sideline. Don't worry about the bandwagon haters. Don't worry about the way that they mistreat you. Because it ain't never about you. Like I said before, it's about what's inside of them. Pray for them. That God will reveal to them their own insecurities and reveal to them the parts of themselves that are keeping them and hindering them from being themselves. And pray that they'll soon see it and understand it and grow and mature. But most of all, thank God that even when people don't understand you, even when you feel like you don't have nobody in your corner, thank God that He is. Thank God that He is all you need. And trust that if you don't feel like you have somebody in your corner or in your life or in your ear that will push you to greater and challenge you to be greater and hold you accountable and help lead you to God and keep you and keep you around people and keep you in the faith, trust that He will send you those people. Trust that He will send you the people. But remember to continue to watch your tongue and keep your mouth shut so you'll stay out of trouble and you'll stop blocking blessings by hating all the time. What about your friends? Will they let you down? Are they gonna be around? Yeah, whoa. What about your friends? What about your friends? Check your circle. If you got to make some adjustments, make them adjustments. But make them adjustments for the better. Thank God for my circle. It's never quantity, it's always about quality. I thank God for my circle. I thank God for my sisters. I thank God for my family. For always having hearts that are open and willing to love people. Who have met and always for learning to that if people don't understand us and if people don't get it, that it's okay. That we're not here to be validated by them. We don't get our validation through them. That our validation, our love should come from and go to God. That's who we should be focused on. So like I said, I hope that all the time, I hope this video makes sense. This is like real life just stuff. Like I said, a personal little diary for me. To get it out, to vent, and to hopefully encourage somebody. So remember, check your circle. Choose joy, choose peace, choose love. I'll see y'all in the next video.